Hello, Link Slayer. You are already here, man. Are we on the dot? 12:30. You know I had to have my magic bean soup, my coffee. So, I did say don't be late. Tunk Nasty, you are also here. Man, you are the reason, I believe, for this video. Nasty fam in the house. Perfect. Because the moment I load this thing up, it's going to go right into the Temple of Time. No, nothing before, just straight into it. But as you can see, I hope you guys like the thumbnail here. Bug bottles, beans, and bad blood. Inspired by Dunk himself and the nasty fam. This beautiful theme playing. A beautiful bean picture. Man, again with the bean imagery. You have to go Google incognito to search more bean pictures. I am so happy y'all are saying hi to each other in the chat. That's what this is all about. I feel like that was intentional. Roll that beautiful bean footage. It's happening. It's gonna happen. Let's get started. I think most of you hit that like button already. That's gonna help me tremendously. I have been waiting for you. Man, this is like the big reveal. In case this hasn't been spoiled for you 28 years later. 28? Man. I should have worn my iron boots. That's my thing. Everything is funnier with iron boots, and you get the audio of it clunking everywhere too. When he turns around, clunk, clunk. Six sages, man. That's so many temples. Do you guys hear my computer taking off right now? It's like a rocket ship right now. Hopefully not. I've asked this question before, but I forget. How did Sheik's eyes get so red? I don't know. Mandela effect? Every time. Sheik's eyes are supposed to be purple and green and red all at the same time. Maybe this copy just looks... It is a version 1.0 copy after all. The Goron crop. Yeah. Making all the colors blink. I'm so upset I couldn't go back and find the Gerudo in that thieves hideout, because you can just like hold up a bomb chew or a bomb, and her outfit will cycle through all the colors. It's really great. The Goron crop does that. Just singing along with the Triforce music, because it's good. You know, there's something about this era of music because it wasn't a disc, like, you know, like PlayStation had discs obviously, and everything after that had enough storage space to get like real orchestral music into it. But these did not. But there is a special place in my heart for quote unquote lower quality music that just sounds fantastic, and one of those things we'll get to after we defeat Ganon. I love Malin's voice when she sings the high note at the end of during the end credit scene. I don't think it would hit the same way if it was a real voice. But now that we're gonna get a remake, maybe we get a full orchestration. Well, I'm sure we'll get a fully orchestrated, beautiful music. But I still love this one. The same goes for like old 8-bit music, 16-bit music. That little, the little Easter egg at the end of the 2019 Link's Awakening remake. They put a little bit of 8-bit music in the end credits just to throw it back. That would be cool if they did that for the remake. Sheik actually just said that if the door didn't open, none of this would happen in the future. Yeah, it's like in The Matrix when the Oracle tells Neo, hey, don't worry about the vase, the plant vase, and he knocks it over. Would he have knocked it over if he had been told that? Would we have to do any of this trash if we had just gone, you know, away and said, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good in the forest. But then we wouldn't have a game, and we wouldn't have The Matrix. At least not the 7th iteration of it or whatever. I like this zoom. It's that same zoom that they used when you meet Zelda. Because I'm a cinematography nerd. If any of you know what the dolly zoom is, like the most famous example of it is in the movie Jaws, 1975, where the guy, you know, the shark is getting the kid out in the water, and then they zoom in on the sheriff. And what they do is they have the camera on a dolly, so picture like just a freaking skateboard, and you push in while zooming at the zoom. You zoom out and push in physically at the same time, or you can do the opposite. I'm getting way too involved in my cinematography here, but it's just funny because whoever did this particular camera movement in a video game had to think of that. So the background changes because when you change zoom, it changes what's it called? Now I'm lacking all of my words. It changes the way the background looks because I can't think of the word, even though I freaking do this as a job. But while you move in closer, obviously you're closer to the camera. So that effect, a freaking cinematographer had to be, you know, it would look cool here in a video game because no one else would have thought of that. But they've done it not once, but twice in this game, and they've both been during meetings with Zelda. So tiny freaking details that only super ultra mega nerds like me think about. And the Nasty fam, you guys think about this as well. So now it's in your head, so you'll be more fun at parties. That's what I'm trying to give you guys with my live stream. And now let's play, I guess, Ocarina of Time. The 7th sage, destined to be the leader of them all. The greatest reveal, which was also the biggest mistake. Why was it a mistake? To reveal Zelda? I think Sheik is one of the most underrated in terms of writing characters. I may have to make a video about why Sheik is one of the best written characters in Ocarina of Time. And of course the Happy Mask Salesman. Because Ganon is watching. Oh, okay, I got you. I thought you meant mistake in terms of the lore of Hyrule's. Like, what? You mean, oh, here she is. I mean, she did it for 7 years, and she waited until we beat every temple. I mean, is there a better time? If she didn't use the Triforce just there, Ganondorf wouldn't have noticed. That's true. Yeah, they have to all be together to be oscillating, vibrating. More euphemistic words. Was it in this live stream that I walked away from the Ocarina and I came back like 3 hours later because I went to go do magic beans or something? That's the sort of stuff I'm talking about when there's a funny side quest. It's like, hey, I need you to save the world, but first, let's go do this thing over here. If Sheik's a sage, we need another temple in the remake. I always thought it was weird how he just gives you the light medallion. Like, just because. I guess there has to be one sage, because if Ganondorf had the power of all the sages, then, you know, the world would be screwed. Yeah. Technically, there is a Temple of Time, I think. Yeah. But the Temple of Time is, you need the spiritual stones and the ocarina to open the door, and then I'm assuming only those who are worthy can go and grab the Master Sword. But that doesn't mean you just instantly get the light medallion, but apparently that's what happens in this game. Unless you glitch through and lock yourself out of the game. Yeah. True, true. Always true. If you break the game, you've broken the game. Unless the temple is technically Hyrule Castle. I mean, Hyrule Castle was sort of okay beforehand? So, I don't know. The idea is Ganondorf puts monsters and ailments. They are environmental ailments. That is the Shinto religion. Or the philosophy. Is it a religion or a philosophy? Both, I guess. This idea that the environment and the animals and the spirits within Princess Mononoke type shit. You know what I'm talking about? Love that. Love that stuff. That is just all of this traditional Japanese philosophy of if you screw the environment, it will kick you in the face. But also if you treat it well, it will do good things for you as well. Like give you delicious bean soup, like what I'm drinking right now. By the way, this is my other Zelda mug. So it's like a Twilight Princess one, and then the other side has the shield. I don't know if you can see that. It's super glossy because of my my lighting over here. Anyway. Karma's a bee. Yeah. Wasn't the other temples good before monsters settled in? What do you mean by the other temples good? The other temples were... You mean like during the child timeline? Like they were fine? I mean, I suppose, because he doesn't have access until after you get in through the door of time. I love this sound. This is another of my favorite sound effects here, so I'm going to shut up for a second. The light of justice will smite evil. Like even the fire temple before Volvagia was revived by Ganondorf. Do we get the music here, or do we just... I like how the only thing between me and Zelda is a giant rupee. Just more money is evil. I'm sure the slugs were there, but they weren't attacking anyone. Wasn't in their bubble. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Dodongo, like, animals are allowed to exist. But the ailment is always just the monster. Like, things can exist inside of the temples and dungeons that just live there. That's totally fine. But there was no Phantom Ganon, there was no Volvagia, Morpha, and, you know, sucking up all the water out of the lake. What else? The Bongo Bongo. I don't know. The Bongo Bongo thing is interesting because there's already lore about him, and of course all the Kakariko Village stuff before that. And then the Spirit Temple. I don't know. They've just been minions of Ganondorf. They're his ants. mother? Something like that? I don't know. Someone should figure that out. It's Koume and Kotake, and they're twin sisters. But one of them gave birth to Ganondorf. Or is it aunts? Are they Ganondorf's aunts? But they're like 400 years old. Or 380 if you ask Kotake. I don't know which. And they don't know either. But Ganondorf's power, along with Link being in the well, helped break Bongo Bongo's seal. Yeah, you're right. Because Impa... I'm trying to think now. Because they sealed him up after... Did you see how her eyes got real buggy? Or was I just... I don't know. So Impa went and tried to seal off Bongo Bongo, but that was after the cutscene, and because Sheik mentions that. But before that, it was already sealed as well, because you come back as an adult and there's just like a giant steel platform there. Even though Link did them all a favor by getting rid of the water. Yeah, dried up the water. I like this laugh. I don't know if it was this laugh in particular that was used as the, what they did with the pose, how they just sped up Ganondorf's laughter and they turned it into the Poe laugh. Or if it was just the one from when he gets in after you pull the Master Sword as a kid. I think it goes a lot longer this time. There we go. Oh, yes. Alright, well, Zelda's gone, so... So, before we actually go into this thing, let me get some... I need some magic power, number 1. But I wanted to actually recap, for the sake of, I don't know, documenting this stuff. Let's go Bean? No, I kind of want to spend the majority of my time actually getting... Because I don't know how long it'll take me, and I'll have to... Hopefully I won't have to cut anything short while doing all of this. But I will absolutely, as promised, bug and bean. I don't know why I'm taking out all of the... Is Navi going to be like, hey, Zelda, maybe we should do something about her? Yeah. Yep. I like this. I don't think I walked here ever. I waited till the very end to get this cutscene. Does anyone feel icky when they look at the lava and it's like... The way it moves is very peristaltic. It's very... If you know what I mean. Still gonna use ice arrows whenever I get a chance. Okay, so there's a couple of... Again, I guess we're doing the Gold Skulltulas where you need the bottle, which I'll have to go a little uneasy. Yeah, the same with the soup, right? I always thought it was interesting how this was up here, but there's really no explanation how a freaking cow got up on top of this hill. Because if you recall what this was, it was when you were a kid, you climb up to like the guard tower area. Before the guard tower area, that's over there. But you can't actually run that way anymore. But I just played the ROM hack. Legend of Zelda: Horrors of Arcadia. It's always nighttime here, by the way. I don't think you can change that. So we can't go over there yet, but we can lift up rocks. Alright, I'm not going over there. There's nothing to do. I need the golden gauntlets, which again I told you I hate because it it does not complete my outfit. I prefer this outfit. Twilight. Twilight what? Alright, another little cutscene here. Let's do it. Rainbow Bridge. Rainbow Road. Oh man, they never did a Mario Kart through Ganon's castle. They always go the light side of things. You know? They should have done here. That would be a perfect transition to Rainbow Road. Bowser's castle next to Ganon's castle. Or connecting them. That would be cool. The 6 evil barriers. Has anyone played the, I don't even know what it's called. You mentioned Horrors of Arcadia, but there's a freaking like Hyrule Cadence? Is that what it's called? It's like the freaking Dance Dance Revolution type thing. I like how he leans in like, is this real? After using a million different magic spells throughout the game, I just don't believe that this is real. Wait a minute, a crossover game would be kind of cool. Absolutely. I made a video about how it was possible very early in development how they almost fucked up Zelda real bad. Ocarina of Time. Where they made this entire Ganon's castle was basically Mario 64. So everything you did, you know how Mario was just jumping into paintings. And the entire hey, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I want to look at what's on the wall, but there are BMOS in my way. Oh, backflip. Backflip for you, MZ. They almost made it. As I was saying, how they almost made it into a hub world. And so, imagine all the dungeons and all the temples and everything just being in here. So there's Triforces and stuff, but then there's also... What is this? What is this? Is there an analog to this in like Link to the Past? Because I feel like there is. Are these decorations, which I don't know why. Look at all the Triforces. But look at this. And also, who keeps up with the carpet? The outside of the building looks like just shambles, but this carpet, sweet. Link being like, hiya, and Mario is like, what? Yeah. Can you... Oh, you can. Similar to the textures in Twin Rova room. Were these textures in Twin Rova's room? Can you Megaton hammer those box pillars with a Triforce? There's no way you can Megaton these. What is that? It makes no sound. The snake thing. What snake thing? It makes no sound. Is it because I'm on the edge of the thing? Can I jump over to the other box? Can I make that jump? Oh, yeah. I've never stood here. Look at this view. From the side, like in Fire Temple. The snake thing. The snake thing in the Fire Temple. Oh, you're talking about the... You're talking about the blocks. They look like totem poles in the Fire Temple that you hit with the Megaton hammer, like that. That's what you're talking about. Twin Rova or Ganondorf's parents. So they are okay. So they are his parents. That's what my question was earlier. Are they? Is one of them his mom, or are they his aunts? Not biological. Okay. Someone checked. I don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna boggle your minds here. Some people don't know about this. This is a room. Barrier skip. I am not barrier skipping. This is a room. This is a room. Backflip into room. Anyway, this room is cool because You can get all the potions that you ever need. It is so stupid that the mirror shield doesn't bump things back. It took you forever to find this room? It's just here, dude. They made two different sounds. It went ding dunk. Alright, they sell you like red potion, blue potion, all of that stuff in case you need that. Bombs. Why would I need bombs? I don't need any bombs to fight Ganon. It took me a randomizer to find a lot in the game, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. I'm having to play, I think I'm playing Majora's Mask after this, and it's going to be a totally different experience. I have nothing to tell you guys about Majora's Mask. It's going to be utter confusion. I'm going to get lost. It's going to be a different type of live stream because y'all are going to watch me suffer. That's what's going to happen. And it should make for lively entertainment. Knock it off. Leave me alone and I will sell you arrows. Arrows are a good thing. But I don't need anything. But I do want to know what's in here. One of them is... Hammer makes that trivial. Oh, right. You can do... Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. I didn't use my hammer to, like, knock all of them out of their Deku homes. You always have me. Link Slayer, you've beaten MM. We can suffer together. Deku merchants suck. What's up, Zidkins? It's been a minute. It's been 2 minutes. Don't challenge me to play through Ocarina of Time. It's my Everest. You have my boomerang. You have my bow. And my axe. Alright. If we were to do these in the temple order, and by temple order I mean what's on the screen, and not, I guess we have everything we need. But what's funny is that they're not outlined, at least to me. This is my boomstick. It is not in the same order as what I would like it to be. So there's only one thing that requires... You need the golden gauntlets. That's like the one thing in here that you get. You can't do this. You can't do the fire temple one, I believe. There's something funny about the fire temple one that some of you may or may not know. And is this the spirit one? This is spirit. Let's go in here. And I always stub my toe in the worst way in this. That's what I call it, stubbing my toe. But I have ice arrows. And I have an ocarina. So I should be alright. Why do the BMOs do that? Why does the mirror shield not help against BMOs? These are all questions. Ah, there's... Alright. I've had it. One time is enough. One time is enough. I'm gonna roll through here. Oh, expert. I'm gonna stub my toe here. I'm not gonna stub my toe here. Until after the animation. There, ah, yes! Called it. Alright, this is the only room in the entire... Oh, someone said hammer before. And I never got a chance since then. Oh, that's what it does? That's nice. Okay, this room to me is hilarious. So, we'll do this one, because that's the easy one. In case you have gotten, whatever, 50 hours of gameplay, and you've never picked up a bomb chew, the game gives you one right here. Okay, that's number one. To me, that's hilarious. But then, this, as far as I know, is the only room, obviously, everything can be glitched. Neo. I don't think you can... Yeah, an arrow won't go through these bars because, I don't know. I don't make up the rules. You can't do anything else to get that freaking crystal. So, the only thing you can do here, and I only have 44 of them, so I want to save them, but I guess I'll use one, is to use a freaking bomb chew. This is the only time in the game. You don't need it in the Spirit Temple. I showed you guys that. You can use a regular bomb. But it does look cool. Sword circle power-up strike. That does not work. It is way too far away for that to work. Even with the bigger on sword, where the reach is like infinity, it does not work. It has everything to do with that wall to the left. I believe you can clip into and shoot an arrow on the other side. Oh, you mean in terms of trying to clip through. Glitchy glitch style. You know, I could have sworn this fire was blue. I'm just messing with you guys now. Okay, now you need a fire arrow. Or maybe the door. I don't know. And now we need the mirror shield. You have to annoyingly do several of these because in the meantime you get a dead hand. They're not dead hands, they're wall masters. Oh, look at all these rupees I can't fit in my wallet. Oh, I have my bigger on sword. There we go. That'll be the door. Oh yes, Deku Nut. I do need the potion. I always make sure I have the potion because that's a cool sound too. So one of them says the barrier is dispelled or was I forget. They use a weird way. The spirit barrier is dispelled. Yeah, no, that works. You are so close to winning the game. We have all won the game. It's not about the game, it's about the friends we made along the way. Zidkins. Other powered arrows work, don't they? No, they don't. You need the light arrows. Because only light can dispel darkness. So, do we go the water temple route? Do we go the ice route? What's in the forest temple? Nothing, right? Nothing of importance. I want to just use the... Here's what I'm going to do, because this is a funny room. You need Din's fire, and you need fire arrows. But I also want to destroy the Wolfos that are in this room. So I'm going to do it like this. Did it get him? Not yet, sir. Alright. If I spend too much time, it'll... Too many things happening all at once. What? What? It didn't do it? There we go. If you spend too much time, then you have to reuse Din's fire, and that would be a mistake. This is like a rupee or something, because I need rupees at this point. I'm so glad I could use those rupees. Ah, yes, this room. Oh, I'm gonna need my bombs. First try. I hate walking around with the tractionless boots. I always fall off of this platform. I'm gonna wait for the fan. The bat fan. You think Batman keeps those in his house? And tells Robin to turn on the bat fans? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, this is where I fall. Because you have to land on this switch perfectly. What if you could throw rupees as weapons and keep characters at bay? That would be a very Borat move. And if you got that joke, I'm sorry. I apologize. Alright, we're gonna go through the middle of the room, because if I fall off... Actually, you guys taught me in the Gerudo training facility that once you get the 5th rupee, it doesn't matter if you fall off and die. You can keep going. Technically, that is a thing in Twilight Princess with the armor. Yes, it is. There is an armor you can use. I believe it's also in Breath of the Wild. They brought that back. So you can, okay, just to prove to you guys that you need light arrows, because you only need 6 arrows. Well, no, that's not true. You need these 6, and then you also technically have to strike Ganondorf with an arrow, otherwise you can't get him. But you need a minimum of like 10 light arrows in this game, and that's it. But this does not work, and neither does the other one. It's funny that you can't equip. It would be really funny if you could equip every type of arrow, like fire, ice, light, in each of your things, but whenever you change over, it just changes to the one slot. And he puts it away. Oh, sorry, no. I miss you. Bye. That would be a cool upgrade. To be able to equip all of the arrows at the same time and just spit 3 of them. That would be cool. Alright, where are we? We're taking off these damn boots. I hate them. Iron boots. Alright, backflip. It sucks that that doesn't work to protect you from dropping things. When he's got the Bigoron sword out and you try to use your shield, he just crouches like when you were a kid, sort of. But you still take damage if you get hit in the back. Alright, now I gotta get rid of my fairies, because I need, like... Why'd that happen? There we go. I need at least 2 of these. Collision is very weird in Legend of Zelda games, and particularly the 3D games. Got a Z target and backflip while fighting. Surely Link could win a gold medal in Olympics. Let's see it. Oh, I didn't know the ice things were here. What are these called? Just frostlings? He's about to freeze me. Freezard! I never knew the names of these dudes. There's 2 Z's, Link Slayer and Freezard. Watch out for its freezing breath. Destroy it completely before it revives. Alright. Oh, it just like ran away from me. This will freeze me, right? Oh, okay. Freezard. Ice bats. Yeah. Ice keys. Ice keys. Interesting name, Freezard. Or in French, Frizard. This one will freeze me. Ah, man, I hate being right. It's the same name in TP as well, but they changed their form. Which ones were they in Twilight Princess? Now I'm trying to... In Snow Peak Ruins. There's a good way to do this, and there's a bad way. And I think I just messed up. I sure did. I absolutely did. Yeah, you gotta use the other one. Man. Unless you guys know how to clip up there. The ice crawlers and the big ones that blow ice. Yeah, you gotta do this one first. Twilight Princess, definitely on my list. As is Skyward Sword. I have a question for Skyward Sword. Should I play it on the Nintendo Wii? Or should I do the HD remake on the Nintendo Switch? I have both. One of them will obviously look better for the stream when I finally choose to do it. And also, it has the longest tutorial, the most annoying tutorial for anything. For anything that I know of. So the HD remake remedies that. And it also, apparently, they reduce the amount of times that Fee messes with you. So the overall experience, I have been told, is better on the Switch. But I have played both, and I am not one of these people who hated it on the original Wii. So I really like that game. It is it has a very good story. It is the story of the beginning of Zelda in the timeline. So there were a lot of problems with the Wii version, which got some fixed in the Switch. Yep. I played it on Switch and it was amazing, but not sure what are the differences from the Wii. Those, I mean, that's really all the things. You can't skip. The tutorial is literally about 2.5 hours long. I know that sounds ridiculous, but there's just so much cinematic fluff at the beginning and the ceremony and the loft wing, and this is how you use these controls, that you don't get out of freaking Skyloft until it's almost like 3 hours in. And so, one, the Switch allowed you to just press the plus button so you can switch throughout that crap. And then some people just hated the motion controls, and I didn't mind. In fact, it's really funny, when I got it for the Switch, I played it with motion controls, and actually I find it difficult to use the joystick controls, so I've never done it that way. But I do have my old Nintendo Wii, so I could do both. I could do... Another weird question is, would it be better in 4:3? I know it was made for 16:9, so it'd be like fully stretched widescreen as opposed to the box that you're looking at right now. Amazing story and gameplay. I think it has one of the best stories, actually. So I really, really enjoy that game. The story goes back so far in Princess Zelda's conception. In a way, yes. In a metaphorical way, it does. It talks about the goddess Hylia and why we have the first Link and Zelda, and they don't call it Ganon, they call it Demise, but Demise is the evil karmic energy of Ganon. Ah, yes, the rupee. If I remember, this is where you get the golden gauntlet that will ruin my... Have you played Echoes of Wisdom? I bought Echoes of Wisdom when it came out, and I still have not played it, along with Metroid Dread. These are all things that will eventually feature on this channel, but I'll be 58 years old by the time I get to them, because I like to talk a lot. What have I done? There we go. Totally missed that torch, but I still got it somehow. Alright, let's go straight into this one. Oh no! No, you have to come all the way back? I'm gonna run out of juice. I'm gonna run out of magic juice. One time, this like got me, and he spit me off of the platform, and it was after I lost my shield and my tunic, and so I actually had to go all the way back and get them, and that sucked. That sucked so bad, because once it spits you out at the front, the like doesn't have your stuff anymore. Play it next. Huge lore drop. I won't. Echoes of Wisdom? Oh, but I haven't played Majora's Mask. How about Majora's Mask and then Echoes of Wisdom, and they will both be new games. So you won't be watching me playing games that are that I already know like the back of my hand. I might know this better than the back of my hand. There's probably some funny things growing on the back of my hand that I don't know about, but I know this game really well. Okay, sounds fair. As long as you're here for it. Alright, here we go, ruining our outfit. Echoes of Wisdom after Majora's Mask. The golden gauntlets look cool, but they just clash with my outfit. Look at that. Look how terrible that looks. It's not even the same shade as my hair. What am I supposed to do with that? Okay. Lens of Truth. If I fall off, you have to go all the way back around again. Why is it like... Okay, I have a different video that I need to make talking about difficulty. The difficulty in Zelda games doesn't come from actually making the game more difficult. It comes through a set of keys, whether those are physical keys from dungeons or keys being basically items or a way through that is sometimes super annoying. And so by the time you get to this stage of the game, it's not about it being difficult. It's like, it's just busy work, basically. You know, winter is closing in and I need to get a few things done before the first frost. But yeah, I'll be here to get you on during... You get on during breakfast for me, so... Oh yeah, is it like super early for you? Alaska? I get everyone... It's either Alaska or Seattle. Either way, it's quite west of me. Why'd I hit it with an ice arrow? Now it's ingrained in my mind. I was thinking of winter, because you said something about winter. That's what it was. That's what I'm going to say. I need a mirror shield for my, link here. I know this is a Skyward Sword link, but it would be cool to have the, Alaska. That's so far away, dude. I'm glad you joined me on these streams. We've got Alaska, we've had Seattle, we've had Indiana, we've had Florida, we've had freaking a Russian dude pop in to stream one time. It was great. Alright, Fire Temple is actually one of my favorite ones. Now you can do... The only requirement for the Light Temple and the Fire Temple is the Golden Gauntlets. But here's something else. Well, okay, before I pop in here. Most of you probably know this. I'm missing coffee last time. Yeah, that's very early. So, you can do this entire thing with your regular boots on. The problem is, these platforms fall down. All of them. Every stinking platform decides it wants to fall. Oh my gosh, I cannot do this with that thing trying to, South Carolina Dunk Nasty. Nice, we got some Carolinas up in the house. Bam. So there's two funny things about this room. One is what I was just talking about. So you can remedy this by putting on your hover boots. If you put on your hover boots, it's like it just doesn't know to move, and you can just stand here. Oh, I think it's got me grandfathered in. It's got me grandfathered in with the boots. Okay, now I have the boots on. See, now it doesn't go down. These platforms still fall. Oh, do I have to do that over again? You have to do this one first because you need this block for the next thing. But yeah, if you put on your hover boots, the platform does not sync. So you can take your time. Otherwise, super annoying. I bet this is annoying for speedrunners. Unless, of course, you're trying to glitch through everything. In which case, carry on. We're gonna do this one. What if Link slips in his hover boots while holding the large pillar? Oh yeah, that would be funny. So this is the second quirk that I really... This is really funny and I hate it. So before I jump onto this box, when you're using the hover boots, obviously the game thinks you're still on floor. You've got enough floor to just keep going. Now, the angle of this stone, whatever you want to call this giant stone, is such that it doesn't allow you to grab onto it like a regular surface because it's not like perfectly horizontal. So, if you use the hover boots to get the last silver rupee, you'll still make it through the room because we know that from before. However, it's possible that you don't make it back onto this platform. And so what I always do is I switch out to my Kokiri boots, my regular boots, because then that allows you to make the jump. So I'm going to illustrate it with my hover boots on, but I just think it's like a weird texture thing within the game. It just won't let you get back out here. If I have to repeat the whole thing, then so be it. But I wanted to show you guys this. So it won't let you back on, and it won't grab the platform either. Stupid, right? It just decides that that's enough floor. And apparently getting out your hook shot stops the hover boots from sliding. And we need every bit of our magic power. Because this is... What is this, like the fourth one we've done? Italicized exclamation marks. How has it already been an hour? That's crazy. Alright. Now we can do this thing. I bet you could have backflipped up there. Oh man. I should have checked that. So the funny thing about that last rupee is that it gives you the cinematic cut of, oh, you got the last rupee and now the door is open. So your response time to get back up there is void. Oh, it's a Skulltula. So one of these is a key and everything else hurts me. I'm gonna say it's this one. I gotta still obsessively save because it froze last time. For the first time, it froze. I thought there was a like here for some reason. Oh, I know what the next room is. Look at those sweet candles over there. They really decorated this room. See, this is just busy work. Just like, just get through here. Right? You can't see through the small chest with lenses. No, you can't. You mean in the previous room? You cannot. Which is funny because the entire treasure chest thing in Hyrule Market, the one that gives you a piece of heart where you go all the way through, that's the only time that actually works. Okay, you got a timer for this one. And I just work my way around this room. Same direction, clockwise, as the boulders. Did I skip one? Oh, there's one in the wall. I'm gonna get hit here in a second. There it is. Ganondorf was... He liked to decorate. For sure. What? That thing was going the other direction. Is it because it hit me? Ganondorf thought really hard on placing those candles. They have liquid nitrogen in them, so they are real chests. Is this thing gonna follow me in here? Nope. It didn't. The Wall Master. Imagine a treasure chest with... I just got your comment about the liquid nitrogen, the ones that, like, freeze you. That'd be hilarious. You get turned into the T-1000 from Terminator 2. Hasta la vista. That was number 5. What, we haven't done... Was it what, the water temple, maybe? Oh, no, that was the last one. Alright. Cool sounds. Now remember what I told you all about the Iron Knuckles, because there's 2 more in this one, and I think they look stunning. I do mean N64 stunning. It's really hard to make things that are shiny. That's why the mirror shield is, like, I absolutely love this mirror shield, because making shiny things work is a feat. This is also a super cool room. I actually sort of hate how empty it is, because, like, this castle in general, like, without all these enemies, like, the castle never looked this way. I got him with the long shot. I think it would be cool in the remake for them to show you, you know, the ability to go into the castle itself and wander around a bit. Because your only mission in Hyrule Castle as a kid is to get to Zelda, and then everything is just locked off. So I think that sucks. There's no bathroom in the castle. Yeah, like Breath of the Wild's castle, impressive. There's a study, there's a library, there's a kitchen, there's overlooking platforms, there's different rooms, there's all sorts of really neat stuff in Breath of the Wild's Hyrule Castle. And this one, it's just like, it's just a vertical skyscraper, is really what it is. And just busy work. I want to bomb these so much. I just went back in my history of playing Link to the Past. And the Stalfos, like, they drop in from the ceiling just like these guys do. But then you just, like, hit them once, and then you put a bomb on their bones and just blow them to hell. And I think they just wanted, you know, 3D fights because there are only so many of them. In terms of, like, mini-bosses that will actually fight you back, there's Lizalfos and Stalfos that fight you with, like, swords. And I guess Iron Knuckles pretty badass, but here we go. Nah, just let it go wherever you want. King Blasphemous. Blasphemous. Zelda's dad. Look at this carpet. See, this carpet? What is this, a Tengon? Where do you get Tengon carpets? Anyway. This room. Sweet colors. Why is that door? This is the door I came in from. Okay. Nice of Ganon to leave a boss key. Yeah. So, I could never make out if these guys are standing and waiting for me or if they're sitting on the steps. I guess based on their shadow, they're just standing. The other ones were sitting. It's a decagon, yeah. So these look cool because this one is like pristine white and that one's like pristine black. And the other ones were more of a silver gray color. And then, of course, the helmets were different and all of that stuff. When specifically can we hear the organ in the background as you spiral upwards? You're hearing it right now. Is this the first time you hear it? No, we've been hearing it like the whole time. So, do I fight both of them at the same time and make it chaos, or do I fight one at a time? Alright, chaos it is. Whoa! Man, don't we just love the iron knuckle fight. And the bigger on sword. Is this the first time we see dark iron knuckle? It is. That's the only... What I was saying is that every version of the iron knuckle is different. These are the most different because there's a black one and a white one, and then the other one is gray in the spirit temple. And then the helmet is different because it turns out to be Naburu. And then the first one you fight as a kid looks similar, but the helmet's different. So it gets louder. Yeah, the organ gets louder and louder as you walk closer. When did it begin? Your narration got me. When did it begin? Let's go back. Because we're answering questions. So it's really faint right now. You'll have to turn up the volume, maybe put some headphones in. But I can hear it from here. Was it upon entry of the fanged door, power unleashed? It should be the first room. I don't hear it in here. So this was the Lizalfos room. I do hear it in here. It's super, super faint. Now I'm listening on a sound system. It's actually louder here than it was in the previous room. I hate them. Yeah, you can hear it here. Let's go this way. So here it's completely different. Yeah, so you come in through, that's what you were talking about, the fanged room, the fanged door. And then you can, once you get here, you can hear it. It just gets louder and louder and louder. Even the doors look like carpet. Like, that's a magic carpet if I've ever seen one. So I'm trying to sort of stay quiet throughout this. It does get audibly louder. This room is definitely louder. Fire should be blue. I remember it being green, so... Yeah, you can absolutely hear it now. So, we're going to do another funny thing since we're up here fighting Ganon. What are we going to use? We're going to use this. And you can also... Well, we'll start there. He is literally above you, yeah. Well, that's not true. So when you make your way all the way up, no, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Because you can use this to crawl back up, but only once the platforms are all messed up because he dive bombs on them. Ganondorf's worst enemy saving Hyrule with a bottle. Yes. Did you know you can also use the Megaton Hammer? It's actually harder, I think, to use the Megaton Hammer. Okay, so the first time I played this, I had PTSD from Mario 64. Because you know how until you have to have like a minimum of 20 stars to get to Bowser. The stairs are just infinite. And when I got here, I was like, what? What is this? Look at all the stained glass. And it's a good while, and you're like, oh, thank goodness. All right. There's an actual thing here. Okay, again, because I'm always funny about this, iron boots. What if Link accidentally caught the ball in the bottle? Yeah, I've always wondered why, again, Mirror Shield, totally underutilized, underrated for such a beautiful item. Can't use it against BMOs. It doesn't reflect Deku Nuts back from Deku Scrubs for whatever weird reason. You can't use it against anything that has like a light energy type of situation, which what's the whole freaking point? Capturing, or not capturing, but reflecting sunlight. Freaking... Anyway, I digress. I'm angry about it. We're going to walk in here with the iron boots. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but this is a cool cutscene as well. And notice how Ganondorf's hair has changed, because he hasn't gotten a haircut in 7 years. How much is that rupee? Also, his organ has the same amount of octaves as my Casio SA46. This video is not sponsored by Casio, but Casio, if you are out there, make me a Ganondorf organ, alright? Make me one of these. It's only got 2.5 octaves. Alright, Casio. Slick hair. It worked against Twin Rova, which is why the Mirror Shield was scaled in a chest. Sealed in a chest, that makes sense, but not against the Triforce. Completely different. Yeah. So, again, for the cinematography nerds, Triforce, the 3 triangles, they are all together in this room, and here we are, and of course, Zelda is up at the top, and we have formed a triangle, because blocking, you know? It's beautiful. It's wonderful. What a picture. What a photographic composition. Alright, let's go fight this red-haired mother... He's a ginger. Technically, Ganondorf is a ginger. He's got no soul. If any of you are gingers, you're soulless. Whoa, didn't notice that framing. As if by fate, yeah. There's that zoom again I was talking about. That same dolly zoom. So it only happens Ganondorf, Zelda, Link. These toys are too much for you. I think they messed up because of what they just showed us. Zelda at the top. His should be the one on the left. Zelda should be the top. And then Link should be the one on the bottom right. Tiny, tiny detail, but you just freaking showed us. And now you put it in the wrong spot. I'm the only one in the whole world who's annoyed by that. But now you know why. Or at least one of the sides, but not the top, you know? Here's Navi being useless. And she continues to be useless later. But it's a cool shot. It's almost like he's using the Goron special crop. to make the colors change on the screen. If anybody is seizing right now, I apologize. Oh no, the iron boots! Crap! Oh no! He's gonna pound me into the wall. Oh. Oh man, I've never played this game with a sound system on my tiny Hitachi screen. He says booyah! Which, you know, since we're all from the 90s here, most of us. You guys don't know it, but I am in an intense focus because this takes like 17 hits. Like, this guy would make freaking, what's his name? Roger Federer. Like, he would make him cry. This rally is so long. So there is a way to get him trapped here, but I'm never any good at it. And of course you can do this too. I don't know how, if you don't know, you can hookshot onto the other sides. We're gonna now switch from the bottle to the megaton hammer. What is the longest volley you ever done? I think mine was 24. I think mine was 17, and it happened to be the empty bottle, and I have it in my last video. I think I put it into a short, but you have to scroll down because I've made like 800 of them. But yeah, 24 is a hell of a lot. Timing the hammer I think is more difficult because the swing takes ages. Yeah, he got me. And the frame rate drop here is ridiculous. If you guys play on the Nintendo Switch, have they fixed all these frame rate drops? Because holy crap, it's hard to time. And the hammer, if you've never tried the hammer, try it out. That almost hit me. You gotta you need to be like 5 frames ahead of time because he gets you. I do like the detail that when you start the fight, like the cinematic cut, his cape is like perfect. And then by the time like the first time you hit him, he's got holes in his cape. All right, now we're gonna try. What are we trying next? I guess Biggoron sword. The Biggoron sword's got more reach, but you can still mess it up. Same way you mess up the keys. The keys are always above you, and the Biggoron sword is really bad at directly in front of you and above you. Well, I messed that up. I would never play this game on anything but original OG hardware, except for the remake. Yeah. Well, for younger people who have access to the Switch, that's no problem. I have always had my N64, so that's how I play it. But if I were trying to get into this game now, of course I would do it. Alright, here is the moment. Because we're playing the 1.0 cartridge, and I know many of you already have the 1.0, so this may not be any different. But here we go. Here's our bad blood. I love seeing it. I find that it isn't too bad. Play on PC if you have the N64 style controller for it. Okay. Alright, Link's Lair. All that stained glass. Cult of Glenda really loves stained glass and has made many comments about it. The physics for his cape hitting the floor is excellent. The way it just like folds over his body and falls down is great. Reteaching or making custom controls becomes a hassle otherwise. Yeah. Pitiful man. Without a strong, righteous mind, he could not control the power of the gods. And, okay, before I press this button, this is the exact moment where I know this is completely really weird, and I'm not able to do it. I have never been able to pull it off, but there is a really funny, not a glitch. It's something written in the code for the Running Man. Remember the Bunny Hood Man who's in Gerudo? When you're an adult, he's in the Gerudo tent in Gerudo Valley. And you're supposed to race him to run all the way to the bridge in between Hyrule Field and Kokiri Forest, that Lost Woods bridge. Someone found out that if you want to quote-unquote beat him, which is impossible, by the way. The code literally will not allow for it. But if you want to beat him and get less than 0 seconds, the code still reflects that is not possible. And you get a really funny, I think it says something like 0:// hyphen, and then some random letter or something along those lines, because it cannot handle getting less than 0. And the way to get less than 0 is by using the timer, the countdown timer, to get you all the way to that number. So you have to sort of save that timer by warping out of here using the weird like sword ocarina glitch. I don't know exactly what it's called, but you do it right here at this moment when the timer starts. And by using that timer and then warping out, you can walk to the bridge as you hit 0 using this timer. For some reason, it keeps it. And then when you get there, you have beaten him. And then that's what he says. It's like code gibberish that gets put into whatever if-then statement that's in the code. That's what it looks like. So if you guys are interested, I'm sure someone's done a video where they can successfully do that. I cannot pull it off. It's really hard to do. But it's crazy. It's funny looking at it saying 0 minus n minus a number, because it's always supposed to be n minus 1. He always beats you by 1 second. The text can be interpreted as if he was swearing. Yeah. Ganondorf is trying to crush us in the ruins of the tower. Italicized exclamation. We need to hurry and escape, italicized exclamation. Please follow me, italicized exclamation. Alright, let's go. This timer. Do the hands on the little tiny clock on the timer actually move? It looks like it says 4 p.m. I guess they couldn't animate that part. Look at, why is that? I thought this was white. Why is it like teal? That's really cool. Alright, tower's coming down. It's like giving Deadpool the FCC bleed button. You know, why doesn't she just turn back into Sheik, who's like the fastest person in freaking Super Smash Bros? Except for like Sonic. Instead, you get hit by a rock and she squirms in the corner and just takes time off of you running down. Alright, I'm going to start talking about this before we get to it, because otherwise I'm just talking through all this crap. You guys know that there is one final re-dead on the way to like that last little bridge right before you get to the final hallway on your way out. There's one last re-dead there, and there is some sort of weird theory about which person that may have been, because there aren't any other ones in the castle at this time. They've all been either in Kakariko Village or Bottom of the Well. But there is like a whole history of like the people who made it out of Market, Hyrule Castle Market, and some of them ended up in Kakariko, but then there's a bunch of them who they're no longer to be found anywhere in all of Hyrule. And so it's sort of a weird thing. There's another one. It's sort of a weird thing that they place this final Redead, and it just doesn't really make sense unless you look at it that way. So that has to be some person that was no longer with us in the adult timeline. You can land like... Okay, now this one's red. This one's like sort of red, orangey. Is it just all the different powers of the... Is it the dead guard? Interesting. Could be the dead guard. The castle guard that we found right before we grabbed the Master Sword after we get the Ocarina of Time. There's also a funny... There are people who have bootleg cartridges of this game. And one way, there's two funny ways. One of them is like Zelda looks really weird in the cutscene in the Temple of Time prior to Ganon's castle. And the other one is she opens the doors, but they don't physically let you through these bars. Here's the Redead I was talking about. Like, who is this dude? You gonna take the time to do this right now? So you get stuck and you can't finish the game if you have like this weird copy of the cartridge. There's no that's the only one there's no load screen to get through. Oh, the color is gone from that part of the tower, the red. So there was teal. Zelda is a Jedi? Why is she a Jedi? Oh, you mean using the Force to open the bars? This tower is so much taller than it looked when we came in here the first time. Like, it doesn't make sense. Legend of Zelda: The Force Awakens. Remake could make this demolition look just a wee bit better. Yeah. Into a perfect little coliseum for a final fight. No, I think it looks beautiful. Leave it as is. In fact, make the fight the exact same. It's over. It's finally over. The smile on Link's face, man. Man, I've been doing this for 7 years. I lost all my friends. Oh yeah, I'm sorry I spoiled it for you. I like how he mom belts. You know the mom belt when you're driving a car and you slam on the brakes and you put your arm across so the child doesn't smack his head on the glove compartment box in front of you, the dashboard. Link does that to Zelda just then. Anyway. I love this little detail as well. All of the bosses have a little subtitle, but not Ganon. It's just Ganon. Ganon. There's no subtitle needed. King of Evil, none of that stuff. And his mullet, his soulless ginger mullet, is flapping in the non-existent wind. The aura of Ganon in this game is tremendous. Here's what they messed up in the 3DS version: is they made this all lit up, and they ruined the lighting. Look at that sweet text, Ganon. Who needs a Master Sword when you have the Big Aron Sword, right? There's no... Okay, this is funny, because I told you how useless Navi was. There's no way he's going to hold me back again. This time we fight together. He's raging. So let's ask Navi. I really have no idea what his weak point is. Navi, help me out, Navi. Oh no, be annoying, tell me how to open doors? Yeah, I'm on it. So, I like to roll. Now, there's like a million ways you can beat this guy. You can hit him with Deku Nuts. You can hit a light arrow at his face. You can hit a light arrow at his tail. You can hit him with the Megaton Hammer. You can hit him with the, like, everything. Everything but the Kokiri Sword. Right? I like this. There's a funny sound that Zelda makes, especially if you're wearing hover boots. If he hits you and you hit the fire, let's just do it. For science, we're going to get hit. We're going to take some hits. Get over here. And you just get launched in the fire and then you bumper back. Like it's freaking pinball. He takes a lot of damage, but Zelda just like absolutely... Like, you could help me. Like, you're chic, you know? But no, you get no help. Not even a little bit. Not even Navi. So you could do that. You could technically use the arrow. I wish you could grab his tail and just throw him like Bowser. Maybe that's in the extended cut. Oh, he got me. Rolling underneath him is just the simplest way to do this. There's like... nothing else is needed. Let's stand back for a bit. There's Zelda, just chilling next to my Master Sword. Oh not? What's oh not? The whole detail with you have to do the final strike with the Master Sword. You can make this fight essentially endless. I like how his nose is animated. When she hits him with a light, his nose is like all over the place, like it's twerking. So I already have a sword in hand, but now I'm gonna pick up another sword and be like, man, this is a cool sword. This is my favorite sword. Hey, what do you have to say? Use the Master Sword. Oh, I forgot how I soft-locked myself behind the flames, but I did it once. Really? You can do that? So he won't let you beat the game unless you hit him with the Master Sword on the final strike. But in the meantime, why does it want... Okay, it wasn't letting me target him. Ooh, ooh. You can't hit him again. Yeah, there's a way to lock yourself out of the sword. I forget too. Oh, yeah, that's the ocarina thing that you could do, that I was talking about. So there's one with a timer, and then there's another one here. You can finish the you can, while you're trying to finish this fight, you go over there and you get locked out of the flames without a Master Sword, and then you can't finish the freaking game. And then when you... Oh, I remember now. You go over there and you save. That's what you do, is you save outside of the fire during that little cinematic cut. And then you turn off the game. And when you come back, you have no Master Sword, and it's not available to you. You can't go to the Temple of Time and get it. you can't get it back. It's stuck here, essentially. I guess it's just a matter of saving, but I think you have to specifically do it outside in the cinematic cutscene, where the fire's down for a second and Zelda's standing over there. Maybe I'll try that. It'll have to be another video because I'm already here with the masters. There's his nose animation. Yeah, so stand outside the fire, hit him, or not hit him, save, turn off the game, restart the game, no Master Sword anywhere to be found. I think that's how you do it. And we should have red blood. There's the red blood. In the 1.2, it's still green. And he had some weird LED lights coming out from the back there. Don't know why. Yeah, more blood. More bad blood. I have not forgotten. We have bugs. We got bug bottles, and we've got beans. And I've got about an hour left, at most. Hopefully we can do a good bit of it. We'll go get the beans, because we need beans. It's more important than fighting Ganon. Oh, but we're gonna get through the end credits, the most beautiful end credits of any game ever. And the 8-bit, well, not 8-bit, but the music, which is wonderful, and all of it is not real instruments. It's all orchestrated with Nintendo 64 hardware. Bean salesman about to finesse you. Oh man. Curse you, Zelda. Curse you, sages. And this is where he stays until the sages decide to seal him in the Twilight Realm in one scenario. Yeah. Which is like 100 years or so, right? Something crazy. So there's 3 separate scenarios. There's the hero prevails as an adult, then there's the hero loses as a child, and then you get like the Link to the Past era, and that also leads into like the original Zelda. For whatever reason, the child fails, and then there's the child succeeds, but then is sent back, and that's the Majora's Mask timeline. Imagine a whole real chorus here in Remake. Oh man, it's gonna be I missed the opportunity yet again to put my iron boots on. Man, I should never miss that opportunity. I don't know how long does it take for Link to undergo stultification. Good question. In Hyrule Historia, there is like, it tells you approximately how many years. I believe it's like 100 years between Twilight Princess and the end of this game in the adult timeline. You can make Saria hold a fish in her lap during the Saria song acquisition. How do you do that? However, by doing this, the road between times will be closed. Walk up the stairs and pour out a fish before talking. Oh. Funny. Oh, I guess it's that same thing where anytime you put something and then right before a cutscene starts, it'll be like the rupee is still in place or like a heart is floating around in the background. I guess you could do that with a fish. Just saw a short about that. That's funny. Regain your lost time. So here it is. Here is the point in the timeline where everything diverges. Right here when she plays Zelda's Lullaby. And somehow that sends you back in time instead of the Song of Time. In remake, Majora's Mask just begins. People would lose their minds. Don't tell me this. Don't tell me that. What if they're all together? What if they give you a completely separate story at the end that bridges the gap between the Link to the Past side of things and where this all splits up? Koji Kondo, the composer. I mean, Nintendo Switch 2 hardware, man, it's gonna be big enough that people could do it, or unless they just make a ginormous game out of Ocarina of Time. Any audio delay, by the way. Any at all. Because there's some cool stuff happening here. I've played this game so many freaking times, and it still always hits me the same way. The end of this game, after everything you've done, is just so cool. I also like all of these, the composition of all of these. In my head, these are like the images I get when I think of, oh, that's Lake Hylia, sorry. Like this little room, like everything is such a cool liminal space. It's just full. This game is just full of these, and also the fact that these are in widescreen when the whole game is in 4:3. Obviously, the new game is in 4:3, or is in 16:9, because we're not on square televisions anymore, unfortunately. Audio's been great. Man, I'm happy to hear that. Looks like the Windows XP wallpaper. And the sky changes color. It's almost purple. Look how beautiful that is. N64. I remember these flames all being one color. I like the tonal change when Mido is sitting next to King Zora, and it just turns into like very zen because they're sitting cross-legged like they're doing yoga. I said this before, but I still want a time-traveling Link that revisits his past lives for help or items. Yes! Exploring those concepts I was talking about with like the block of time and moving those back and forth, it would be really cool to go, here's where it changes. And the Bombchu baddie's back there with the old hag. That Malin voice. If they ever orchestrate that and put a real voice, it won't sound the same. And I don't know why, but I think it sounds really cool there, even though it's clearly just like synthesized. Talon and Ingo are so drunk. Yes, they are wasted drunk. They are freaking lecherous. Here's Mido and King Zora. So Talon and Ingo was an ongoing joke at Nintendo, because that's Mario and Luigi, and Talon has the Bowser necklace. But then, yeah, making them super lazy and always asleep, and that's funny. Meep. Oh, King Zora, the meep meep sounds. It's funny how Saria is on top of the biggest sage. That's a cool little detail. Like, they're all friends together. This is the saddest ending to a game here, because everything you've done all the way up through here, and then your freaking unhelpful Navi leaves you as well. Everything. Culminating in this, but it's wholly triumphant, and the music expresses that too. I remember Darunia being on top of Soria. This music reminds me exactly of the end of Star Fox 64 as well. Very similar chords at the very end, and like the bells and everything. Amazing. And so Link wanders into the forest looking for his lost friend, and the world forgets he ever existed and becomes regretful that he didn't pass on his knowledge, becoming a spirit himself. Yeah. And then this moment as well. If you stay here long enough, and I mean past the first one, because everyone knows the Scarecrow song will play, but did you know, if you wait even longer, Malon will sing the Scarecrow song. So you'll hear it in ocarina form, and then you'll also hear it in Malon's voice. And it took me forever to understand this scene. How do you guys view this scene? Is it replaying everything in his head and they meet for the first time? Or is it, you know, a Back to the Future type moment where Link comes back and meets Zelda, and she doesn't know she knows who he is in terms of the original timeline, but he has already lived through this. So how is he coming back, and is he messing with the timeline in that way, or is something else happening? Lunk got stuck in a time loop, yeah. So how do you guys interpret that? There's so many ways, especially knowing all the different timelines that pop up because of it, right? It's not just, I don't think it's that simple. And of course they make it sepia. You know, to look old-timey for 1998. So that's my beautiful Scarecrow song. And then if you wait like another minute, you'll hear Malon's voice singing my wonderful Scarecrow song. We gotta get this going, because we got beans to do. We got beans and bug bottles. And I am running out of time. The pedestal of time and the ocarina of time are made with time stones in Skyward Sword. That is my theory. I mean, the ocarina of time is like definitely. And then even the handle, which is, you know, Fi, is also made of the same sort of technology, right? Is it Fi or Fi? If you've played Skyward Sword, this is all stuff. You heard it. That was Malon's voice. Has anyone waited around that long? Who's Lunk? Lunk is there's a funny YouTube series where they make little like comedic sketches of Link's adventures, and they call him Lunk. So, and he's in all the memes, so that's what's funny. All right, I think that's all you get from here. So we're gonna reset, and we're going to bean it up. The pedestal is covered in stone, but regular stone wouldn't be able to seal the sword correctly. And then you always just start here. So, all right. Beans. Does the ocarina appear as an item past this timeline? Not the Ocarina of Time, no. Or does it in Majora's Mask? Is it? But it would still follow that you have the ocarina, right? Or is it just a regular ocarina because Zelda took it? Yeah, you get sent back to your childhood, so you shouldn't have the Ocarina of Time. But for whatever reason, I feel like it's a blue ocarina. Did they mess that up? In the continuity? I don't know. Surely not. It's in Majora's Mask, yeah, hence the 3-day cycle. Oh yeah, you need it to alter time, but you're supposed to be sent back, and she definitely doesn't give you the ocarina, so weird, right? Majora's Mask Link is this one. No, I understand it's this one, but she sends you back to become a child so you can relive everything, by which point she would have the ocarina, you would not. Unless she gave it back to you and then you go tromp off into the forest. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. But you are able to use like the reverse Song of Time and all of that stuff, and that would only make sense if you had the Ocarina of Time itself. Not the fairy ocarina that Saria gives you, but I don't know. Weird stuff to think about. It is an interesting question, yeah. Alright. What's the closest location to our... Okay, no, we're gonna get... We need bottles. And we need magic beans. So we're gonna go to Kakariko Village first. Because it's the same spot where I always get my bugs. And then... the memory he has of her giving the ocarina in Majora's Mask is different than this situation, so it did happen differently. Okay. Well, since we're playing Majora's Mask after this, look at that sun. What is going on there? Since we're playing Majora's Mask after this... There's that Ganondorf laugh. I'm only doing these beans because of Duck Nasty. The beans and the bottles. If we're gonna do the beans, and we're gonna get the Skulltulas that are part of it as well. And I'm gonna get 2 of these because I always ruin it. And I don't want to have to come back here. So to make that thing respawn, we're going to come back in. Does anyone else have a go-to rock to get bugs? This is my go-to rock for bugs. Every time. Alright. We shall do this first one here. Which I think I have to come back to. I do, I have to come back here. Alright, we're gonna go buy all the beans that we can possibly get. We're gonna lose our entire wallet doing this. And it won't be enough. Because I don't know how many of these I've actually planted. Look at the lens flare. I think you've bought 3. So I've bought 3 and I've used 3. So I need 7, but they increase in price. I forget, I think it starts at 10. And then he keeps adding 10 every single time. So we would be up to 40, I guess, for this next one. So you'd have to do a summation series, for those of you who remember your math, starting at n equals 4. Go ahead and do that, Link Slayer. Do a summation series, n equals 4, going up to 10. How many rupees is it? Show your work. I imagine it this way, at least, after going back into the... Back in time, Zelda is told about Ganondorf and what he will do, and she knows that wouldn't be possible without the ocarina, so to close the loop. Okay. So it'd be 40 plus 50 plus 60 plus 70 plus 80 plus 90 plus 100. You can't skip through his text, and this guy's just chomping on these beans. Who was it? That was it Jen Nasty who said something about this is how I do my coffee every morning or something like that? Gives the ocarina back for 3 days? Biblical. Yeah, I guess so. Technically, we don't know, or well, I don't know, because I haven't beaten Majora's Mask. So what happens? Does he just smash it? Does he confuse it for pottery? Smash the ocarina, since they're all made out of ceramic anyway, or wood? I don't know. Some are made of wood, some are ceramic. $90 rupees. Okay, we've got one more. We just have enough. Man, expensive little beans, aren't they? Alright, let's save in case my whole thing crashes on me. Money well spent. I could have used this bean during the, when we did the bigger on-sword side quest. Or maybe I did. I don't remember. I guess there's no Skulltula in here. Or it didn't, did it go in or not? Or maybe I got it earlier. I don't know. We're gonna go in order. So which places, does anyone remember of the places that I definitely did do? So I'm not wasting time on the ones that I did. I'm pretty sure I did the one outside the Spirit Temple. I did this one. It is still at least possible that the events of Majora's Mask is actually him being in a coma. Yeah, which is why it happens over and over again until he masters the stages of grief. Yeah. That's very psychoanalytical of you. I think that one doesn't have a Skulltula. Yeah, I think you're right, Dunk Nasty. Yeah, the stages of grief. That is also interesting. That is the Groundhog Day. That is Sisyphus, and non-stop rock and roll. My favorite FM radio, Sisyphus FM, the home of non-stop rock and roll. Okay, we're going to go. We know there's one in Kakariko Village. The crater definitely has a heart piece to get. No, I got the heart piece. Let's go to Death Mountain Crater. We didn't plant it there because we didn't use it, because I just jumped to get that heart piece. So there's one there. There's a really weird one in Gerudo Valley, down where the cow is, which is also a funny thing to say. Down in Gerudo Valley where the cow is. It actually plays a little jingle if there's a gold Skulltula in there. That would be a bad spot for a Skulltula to come out. Let's go. Alright, plant the bean. 7 beans. Hey, you know where plants would grow great? In a freaking volcano. We haven't gotten the heart piece here, is what you're saying. I was talking about Dodongo's Cavern, because there's another one there. Oh, I can't go up there. Frick. Okay, I have to go to Kakariko Village after all. Yeah, I thought you meant Dodongo's Cavern, not the crater. There's a crater, there's a heart piece using that magic bean there as an adult. And we didn't plant this one, but we already got the heart piece. Yeah, so it makes that sound. So the one that was right next to the guy himself, the bean merchant, it did not make that jingle, so I guess there wasn't one in there. Alright, so I have to walk on foot to Dodongo's Cavern because there's no way past the bridge if you take Death Mountain Crater and try to walk there as a child. You have no hook shot to get there. There's one in Lake Hylia. Didn't know you could reuse bugs. Oh, absolutely. You catch one, you throw down 3. They multiply. There's old Pikachu right there. Bye, Pikachu. He wears it the whole time. He says it's for his son, but then he wears it the entire length of the game. So, I know I would do the same thing. You think these Pokemon cards are for my son? Store owner? Audio delay is back. It's been, yeah, it's been 2 hours. So, you planted the Lake Hylia one. You might not have bugged it though. Oh man, that's right on there, isn't it? Your kids will be so happy. What kids? Yeah. Okay, where to next? We did Lake Hylia, but we didn't get the bug. Let's go to... we have to go to Lake Hylia anyway. Because I need to go to Gerudo Desert, and that's the closest way to get there. Yeah, bottom of Gerudo River. And then I'll make my way to... Yeah, that's where I'm going. This is the closest way to get there. Where does this owl send you to? So there's 2 places you can go. There's the one at the top of Death Mountain Crater. And then there's that one there. I don't know where he sends you. I forget. We'll place the bug over here. I think we did plant one. But maybe we didn't do the bug. Maybe we did. I don't know. Not worried about the bugs. Because I'm definitely not doing that again. Sorry if I missed the rest of your stream, but I gotta go get some gas while it's open today. Just in case I don't make it. Alright, man. Absolutely. Go get what you need. Thank you for joining us. I may take a break tomorrow. Well, I don't know. I may just start Majora's Mask. Or I may, so that this whole channel isn't just straight up Zelda. It's supposed to be retro gaming, but that's fine. We love Zelda. We are, I wanted to throw in a few surprises for you, but they may just be regular videos and not live streams, and then I'll start Majora's Mask. How much is gas in Alaska? Ah. 7 polar bears worth of gas, please. $7.24 in my village. Holy polar bear. I paid I got gas yesterday on just regular unleaded, and it was $3.59, I think. So that is freaking double. That's ridiculous. Oof is the proper onomatopoeia for yes, for that. I can hear those things chasing me. What are those called? Peahat? Oh, the Peahats. They're in like Link's Awakening. Defend with your shield. How about defend by running away? They can't do elevation changes. Alright, we're gonna grab this Kuko and fly over there. Because if you get it wrong, you're gonna go all the way back to Lake Hylia, and I don't want to do that. There's a spot in Kokiri Forest. Yes, that is where you get the Deku Stick upgrades. So there, that's one. So this one, Kokiri Forest, that would be 2. Shadow Temple, Water Temple, Fire Temple, Forest Temple. There's one in Kokiri. There's 2. There's one in Kokiri Forest and one in the Lost Woods area. So that would be another one. And one in the village. Oh, you're talking about Kokiri. So we need one more after this. Where would it be? There's the cow. There's a Gerudo. No way of knowing how they got over here. But there they are. A save warp would take you right there. So, oh, you're saying from here to Kakariko Village, yes. Or to Kokiri Forest, sorry. A save warp! Like that, you mean? Would take me right to Kokiri, only as a child. Good call, Dung Nasty. Backflip. Let's go to the egregiously placed. But I have to go, I always have to hop across these. And this is the egregiously placed soft soil. Oh, there's another one in the Lost Woods. I lost my bug. See, they all went in. And I remember where the last one is. There's so many of them here in the forest. So there's another one in the forest, and then the last one in the game is also in the forest where the Deku Nut upgrade is and the skull mask thing. I think I showed you guys that last time with the skull mask. So there's one on this side, and then there's another one deeper into the forest. And hopefully I don't lose my bug here. I'll be mad if I lose my bug. That's why I always get 2 of these, at least. And then the final one is where the Deku Nut upgrade is. There's also a Gold Skulltula up there. As an adult, you have to come back and use the plant to get it. Did I skip it? Was it to my left? No, this is the right one. Yeah, so this is the last one. So what we'll do now is we'll come back as an... Oh, I don't even need the bug anymore. But we'll come back as an adult, and we'll get, I guess, a heart piece and some Skulltulas. You don't really need anything else. Or I'll leave Dunk Nasty completely unsatisfied and just be like, that's it. Those are the magic beans. We don't need anything else. So Death Mountain Crater has a heart piece. There's a Gold Skulltula right here. There's a few... I mean, the other ones don't really... I already got the heart piece in Desert Colossus and the Gold Skulltula that's out there as well. So there's really not much else that's actually left. I don't think I'm gonna live stream another full 100 Gold Skulltulas, because I've already done that, and holy tedium. You guys do not want to sit through that. When you could watch me instead get frustrated by Groundhog Day, Majora's Mask. I've also got like 20 minutes before I absolutely need to stop. Where am I going? Death Mountain Crater. See how the golden gauntlets just clash with my red tunic? That is not the height of Hyrulean fashion. I don't like it, you. Village is a Skulltula, but I don't really care about the Skulltulas. Heart piece is a must, though. Why are the heart pieces a must? I'm okay with not getting all these heart pieces. Oh. Just the heart piece, okay? We got the Desert Colossus one. We got Death Mountain. We did the Dodongo's Cavern one. There's nothing in Zora's River. I think this may literally be it. Are we good? Does this satisfy you? Is this enough? Are you appreciative, Dunk Nasty? Is there something else on your mind? What else do we need? Ah, yes. All right. Namaste. You're good. All right. Well, I guess we're going to leave it there. Should I save? It doesn't even matter. You know what I'm going to do with this cartridge? I'm going to give it back to my friend who's like, please don't. don't accidentally change my profiles. Actually, it wasn't even this cartridge. He gave me 2 cartridges. He is known in my Halo streams as AeroPig. Halo tonight, actually. Tonight is Wednesday night. We usually play Halo. I have not played Halo with my fire team in like a month now because I've been away and busy. And I'm looking around for my cartridge. Here's the other cartridge. So this one will actually have... It's not Anna. I don't know who this is. Anna has died 49 times though, and that's ridiculous. I need to drop in for Halo more. Yeah, I haven't played... Like I said, I have not played Halo in a month, but I do Wednesday nights starting at 6:45 Central. Usually. 7 p.m. around there. It's usually fun because I've got a team of ragtag freaking idiots, they will say. And I'll just call them that. They know. I'm going to pop in this one. This is the one that my friend, he'd probably appreciate just for the sake of being on this stream. To actually plug this one in. If the cartridge even works. Because it's so finicky. I just want to pop this in just to see the save file. This is a 1.1 version of the cartridge. So essentially most of it is pretty much the same. Yeah, these are the ones. You always want a file called My Dude, because that's always funny, right? Yeah, so these would be his files. He does not want them deleted. In fact, he doesn't even want to get any remaining hearts or anything because he's attached to leaving it in a time capsule. So, anyway, AeroPig, if you're watching, or if you come across this at some point, these are your cartridges. Thank you so much for letting me borrow these cartridges. We technically did not play the 1.1, which I believe is yours, and then the 1.0 is one that you said you picked up more recently, but that's the one we went with because it is technically the rarest of the cartridges. So you should lose his tunics. Go find likes and lose the tunics and lose the Hylian shield and everything else. Oh man. Alright, no, I won't do that. That would be mean. I should only thank him for allowing me to use these cartridges because I only had the 1.2 version. That's sitting underneath all my stuff here. But yeah. Thank you guys. And I don't know what's on. I will either do a start Majora's Mask and get right into that frustration, or I wanted to do another video. I had planned on doing this video well before I went on vacation with my kids, and I never did it. So I will leave that as a surprise. I don't think it'll be a live stream. It's just going to be another blast from the past because that's what this is all about. So, all right. Again, don't forget to hit that like button and hype the videos because they absolutely, I think they've been helping. I think they've been helping me here. All right. See you guys. Bye, Jen Nasty.